When I wasn't invited to my brother's housewarming, I drove by and saw everyone in the yard. I called, he answered, and said, "Why would we invite you? Nobody wants you here. You always make worse." My mom said in the background, loud and clear, "This house isn't for mistakes like you." I said, "Say less. I won't forget it, and I'll make sure you don't eat." 4 weeks later, I made a move they never expected. Now they're begging, calling nonstop, "Please tell us how to fix this. We didn't mean it." Hey everyone. Before we dive in, I have a quick favor to ask. If you enjoy content like this, please hit the subscribe button. It's free, supports the channel, and ensures you never miss out on amazing videos. Alright, let's get started. This is going to sound weird, but I swear I'm not making it up. I don't even care if people think I am. I just need to get this out somewhere. I don't know if I want advice or just to see if anyone gets it. Anyway, here goes. So my brother Harrison, he's a year older, golden child type, everyone's favorite since we were kids, just bought a place. It's a big deal for him, first house. He's been hyping it in the family chat for weeks. Pics of the place, asking about couch colors, sending TikToks about renovations, whatever. I'm not jealous, for real. I was actually happy for him, just tired of the bragging. I noticed I wasn't really in the group chat convos about the move, but tibah, I don't say much there anyway. It's mostly mom and Harrison and dad sending dumb memes. So Saturday comes, and I'm out running errands, driving through their side of town. I see a ton of cars parked up and down the street, like on the grass too. I recognize my mom's car, my uncle's old silver minivan, my cousin Vanessa's little blue hatchback. I'm not a stalker, it was just obvious. Okay. I slow down because I see a bunch of people in Harrison's yard. Balloons, even a bouncy house for the kids, music going, whole family, neighbors, literally everyone I know from my mom's side, not me. I pull over for a second. Just sit there, double check my texts, nothing from anyone about a party. I check the family chat. Last thing is Harrison posting a selfie in front of the house with my mom and dad, and like everyone. The caption is, "Best crew, wouldn't have made it here without my people." So I'm thinking maybe it's a surprise or I missed an invite. I'm not dumb, but I'm not going to just storm in and make it awkward. So I call Harrison just to see what's up. He answers, and at first he's all, "Yeah," like he's busy. I say, "Hey, just saw the cars, didn't realize there was a thing today. Am I supposed to be there?" He goes silent. Then I swear he says, "Why would we invite you? Nobody wants you here. You always make worse." I thought he was joking, so I go, "Funny, but seriously, am I supposed to come or not?" Then I hear my mom in the background, not even whispering, just loud, saying, "This house isn't for mistakes like you." And then Harrison just hangs up. I just sat there. I didn't cry, if that's what you're thinking. I just got this angry feeling, like I was burning up, but also like, so dumb for even thinking I was part of this. I texted my mom. She left me on rid. Dad doesn't even answer my calls anymore unless it's about Harrison's stuff or his own tech stuff. For context, my family's always been like this. Harrison's the golden boy. I'm the one who got in trouble at school, who didn't go to the right college, who couldn't land the real jobs. I'm not a disaster. I just didn't live up to their weird standard. And yeah, I'm not perfect. I've lost my temper a few times. But it's not like I'm some monster. Harrison's always gotten away with stuff. He crashed my mom's car once when we were teens and blamed me, and they believed him. Stupid stuff like that, and it just keeps going. So I just drove off. I didn't go home. I sat in a gas station lot for an hour, scrolling on my phone, playing word games, just not really doing anything. I called my friend Shane, but he was busy. I thought about just showing up and making a scene, but honestly, I don't need to give them more ammo, so I just stewed. Watched their Insta stories later, saw them all clinking glasses, my mom hugging Harrison, everyone smiling. I know they saw my car, BW. It's not like I'm invisible. They just acted like I didn't exist. Later that night, I texted Harrison. Just said, "Say less. I won't forget it, and I'll make sure you don't either." Left it at that. He didn't reply. I think he blocked me, actually. Since then, I've been thinking about all the stuff I do for them. I'm always the one who fixes their Wi-Fi when they can't stream, who shows up to carry heavy stuff, who helps mom with her phone because she can't figure out how to reset her Apple ID, every single time. Harrison has a problem, he calls me. Even if it's just to ask how to use his own TV. I'm done, for real. I don't care if I sound petty. You don't get to treat someone like trash for years and expect them to just keep showing up. I'm not your scapegoat, I'm not your fixer, and I'm definitely not your mistake. Honestly, I don't even know what I'm going to do, but I know I'm not letting this slide. I know too much about their lives, their routines, what they depend on. I'm not going to break the law or anything, but I'm not going to just roll over and pretend this is fine. I don't care if Harrison's the favorite. I'm about to make it so he wishes he'd never spoken to me like that. And my mom too. She's not innocent in this. She's been fueling this crap for years. I'm not looking for advice or just move on bro type comments. I wanted to see if anyone else has dealt with family like this, or if I'm just cursed. IDC. I'm just tired of being the one who takes it. I'm not taking it anymore. I'll update if anything happens. I have a few ideas. Let's just say, they're not going to like how this plays out. Update 1. Alright, so this blew up way more than I thought. Got a bunch of DMs and like half the people saying just walk away, and the other half saying I should go nuclear. Not surprised, tabah. But yeah, here's what people keep asking. Why is it like this? What happened with my family? And what am I actually going to do about it? So this is some background. Not an excuse for them, just facts. Harrison's always been the one who gets it right. I'm not saying he's evil, he knows how to lean into what my parents care about. He was always neat, good at sports, played along with mom's little competitions about grades and who could get the best Christmas card photo. That's how it was when we were kids. I was the one who pushed back, said stuff was unfair, talked back when my mom started in with her, "Are you really going to wear that?" Or, "You're supposed to help your brother, not distract him." I got labeled as difficult so early. It's a joke at this point. Like, there was this time when I was about 12. Harrison and I were fighting over the Switch, the old one, not the OLED, and he just shoved me straight off the couch. I hit the coffee table, got a nosebleed. Mom comes in and just goes, "What did you do now, Wallace?" every time. Harrison never got grounded, just me. School was the same deal. He'd get in with the teachers, I'd get notes home about incomplete work or talks too much. I got stuck with every family chore that wasn't visible to guests. Harrison mowed the yard once, posted it on Insta. Mom told everyone at church. I cleaned the garage for 3 weekends and got told I missed a spot. It's like this running thing in my family where if something breaks or goes wrong, it's just assumed it's me. Harrison crashed my dad's car when he was 17, scraped the whole side backing out. He came in crying and said he was stressed because I was yelling at him about something. My dad just glared at me and said, "Why can't you just let your brother focus?" I wasn't even out there. I swear I could get hit by a meteor, and they'd ask if I forgot to move. As adults, it's been the same, just now with more tech and more passive-aggressive stuff. Harrison asks for help with his phone, his Wi-Fi, even his thermostat. Mom gets locked out of her Apple ID every 2 months. I show up, I fix it, and I get a, "Well, at least you're useful for something." Dad just shrugs and goes back to watching TV. Nobody asks me how I'm doing, ever. If I bring up work or my apartment, they change the topic right away to Harrison's new project or some drama from my Aunt Teresa. The housewarming thing, it's just the latest. Not even the worst, just the most obvious. After I got iced out, I decided, fine, I'm not going to be their backup anymore. Not like a tantrum, I just stopped answering calls from my mom. Stopped fixing their stuff. Harrison texted me twice the next week, first about his Wi-Fi acting up, then about his Google account, and I just left him on read. No big speech, just nothing. Then I started noticing how fast the vibe changed. My mom actually called me, which never happens unless she needs something. I picked up and she just sounded tired, like she'd been sighing all morning. She goes, "Things are stressful enough without you making it worse. Can you just help your brother for once?" And I just said, "You mean for free?" She hung up. Next time I saw them was at my cousin Vanessa's birthday. I almost didn't go, but I knew if I skipped, it'd be all about how I'm withdrawing from the family. I show up, everyone's in the yard, kids running around, Uncle Harper grilling cheap hot dogs. Harrison's there, standing by the cooler, already annoyed because he can't get the Bluetooth speaker to work. My mom gives me a look like, "Oh, you actually made it?" Whatever. I just go straight to the drinks and hang with my cousin's kid, who's obsessed with my phone case. About an hour in, Harrison walks over and starts in with, "Can you just fix the speaker?" I say, "Why not ask Mom?" He gets pissy, calls me a jerk, says nobody else knows how. I say, "Yeah, that's the point." He pushes me, not hard, but enough that I nearly spill my drink. I say, "Touch me again and see what happens." He walks off, slams the patio door. After that, it's just more of the same. Mom corners me in the kitchen, says I'm making a scene, says I should be grateful to be included after the way I act. I ask her what that means. She just sighs and shakes her head. Dad's sitting at the table, scrolling on his phone, acting like he doesn't hear anything. I just leave early. Don't say bye. So I've been thinking, what am I even getting out of this? Like, what's the point of showing up, fixing stuff, being the family go-to when all they do is talk down to me? I started writing out a list of all the things I do for them, just to see if I'm overreacting. It's a long list. Everything from fixing Mom's printer, which she still can't use, to setting up Harrison's entire smart home, lights, thermostat, the works, to helping Dad get back into his email after he gets phished every 6 months. I don't think they even know how much I've done. Because they never say thanks. It's just expected. But here's the thing. I know most of their passwords. I know how their house is wired. I know who their internet provider is, who their energy company is, how Harrison set up his HOA payments. All of it. I know when the bills are due. I know where the backup keys are. I even know the alarm code, not because I'm creepy, because they always made me deal with it. I'm not saying I'm going to do anything illegal, but let's just say there's a lot I can do without touching a single law. And I'm tired of being the family's unpaid tech support, therapist, and punching bag. So yeah, this is where it's at now. Harrison's pissed at me. Mom's acting like I killed her dog. Dad's just silent. Nobody said sorry. Nobody's owned up to what they did at the housewarming. I'm done waiting for it. I've got a plan. Not sharing all the details here, because I know how red it is, but it's not going to be pretty for them. I'm not just walking away. I'm making sure they feel it. Harrison wants to treat me like a mistake. Fine. Let's see how he handles real problems for once. I'll update when it goes down. And hell, I'm actually looking forward to this for once. Update 2. Alright, so here it is. Like I said, I would update. NGL, I actually waited longer than I planned because things just kept happening, and I wanted to see how far they'd go. I know some people are going to say this is petty or whatever, but honestly, if you grew up like I did, you'd get it. Anyway, I said I was going to make sure they felt it, and I meant it. So right after that last family thing, Vanessa's birthday, I just stopped doing literally anything. Not even a quick text, like, Harrison's smart home is all set up by me. He could barely figure out how to hook up a Bluetooth speaker, and he wants to run lights, cameras, garage opener, the works. It's all on routines I set up, and he's been too lazy to change a single password, even after I told him like 5 times. Guess he's too busy posting house life stories on Insta. First thing I did, super simple, just turned off the routines that make his life easy. No more auto unlock on the door, no more lights coming on when he gets home, no more heat kicking in at the right time. Left the Wi-Fi up so he couldn't say it was broken. Just the stuff that actually makes his house not annoying. Didn't tell him. Just let him figure it out, one pain at a time. He calls, leaves voicemails, tries to play it chill like, "Hey bro, can you check the hub for me?" I just ignore it. Then the group chat blows up. Mom's texting me, "Your brother says the house is acting up. Can you just fix it, please?" I leave her on read. First time in years. I see her at the grocery store that weekend. She comes up to me literally by the self-checkout. So awkward, and says, "You really need to help your brother. You know how he gets." I just go, "Nah, I'm good." She actually slapped my arm. Not hard, but like enough other people looked. I just walked out. Next thing I know, Harrison's HOA, super on top of stuff, stupid strict. He's already got a warning about his trash cans being out, his grass being patchy, and the mail slot being not regulation. I know because I helped him sign up for their online portal. So I use the login, which he never changed, classic, and just start flagging his own issues. Not making stuff up, just ticking the boxes for things I know are real, like the backyard fence being half down or his car being parked on the grass. HOA starts with the fines. I hear about it because Harrison calls my dad, asks if I'm messing with him. Dad calls me, I let it ring. I'm not even mad. It's just funny at this point. All those years of being the family errand boy, and suddenly nobody can figure out their own stuff. Meanwhile, Mom's still locked out of her Apple account. She texts screenshots of the error messages, sends them to the family chat, and I just say, "Ask Harrison, he's the genius." Next day, she tries to corner me at my place. I don't open the door. She stands out there knocking, gets the neighbor looking. Eventually she leaves, but not before calling me ungrateful through the door. It's not just tech stuff either. Harrison's wife Cecilia texts me on the side. She's usually not in the middle, but I guess she's tired of hearing him complain. She asks if I can just fix the lights in the garage because she's sick of the remote not working and the cameras not sending her the notifications about deliveries. I tell her, sorry, not my problem. She actually sends this long paragraph saying she's trying to keep the peace. I don't answer. If she wants peace, she should talk to her husband and my mom. So a week goes by, and I start hearing from my Uncle Harper too. He says Harrison's been complaining non-stop at every family thing and that I should just be the bigger man. I say, "Harper, when was the last time Harrison fixed anything for me?" He just sighs and says, "You know how your brother is." I hang up. I'm not playing that game anymore. Then last weekend, Harrison actually shows up at my place. Doesn't even text first, just rings the bell. I look through the peephole, and he's standing there looking pissed, holding his phone. I open the door a crack, and he goes, "You need to fix my house. Nothing works. Mom says you're doing something on purpose." I just say, "I'm not your fixer." He tries to push past me. I block him. He shoves my shoulder. I push back, tell him to get off my porch. He yells, "You're ruining everything. You always make it about you." I slam the door. He stands out there for like 2 minutes, then finally leaves. Later that night, Mom calls from Dad's phone. I answer because I know if I don't, they'll just keep calling. She's basically crying, says, "Why are you tearing the family apart? All your brother wants is some help. You know how stressed he gets." I just say, "Nobody wanted me at the housewarming, remember?" She goes quiet, then starts with, "That was a mistake. We didn't mean it." I hang up. Next morning, HOA sends Harrison another fine. I know because Cecilia posts about it on her private story, complaining about neighbors who can't mind their business. I laugh because she's talking about me without knowing it's me reporting the stuff. So yeah, it's all unraveling. They're mad, they're stressed, they can't fix anything themselves. I'm not even doing anything illegal. I'm just letting them deal with the mess they made and giving a little nudge where it counts. For the first time in forever, I'm not the one cleaning up after them. Thing is, I thought for a second maybe I was going too far. But then I remembered the way Harrison talked to me, the way my mom said I was a mistake. Nah, I'm good. I'm just getting started. Honestly, a few more moves and they're gonna wish they just invited me to the stupid party and kept their mouths shut. Part of me feels bad for Cecilia, but FR, she picked him. Final update. So it's been 4 weeks since that whole housewarming thing, and I swear I didn't plan it to get this out of hand. But I'm not sorry either. I mean, I said they'd remember. I guess they finally are. NGL, it's been wild seeing just how fast my family goes from "you're a mistake" to "please, please help." Anyway, here's how it all shook out since people keep asking for the real ending. First sign something was up was the phone calls. Not just Harrison, but Mom, Dad, even Cecilia started spamming my phone. Like I'd get texts at 7 a.m., missed calls during lunch, random voicemails that were just people sighing or mumbling in the background. I just kept letting it all go to voicemail. I mean, what were they going to say? "Sorry we trashed you for years, now come fix our lives." Yeah, okay. So Harrison's house, which I set up for him, like all the tech, the routines, the scheduling, the stuff that actually makes living there not a pain, was basically falling apart. Lights on at weird hours, notifications going off at 3 a.m., cameras sending a million alerts, garage wouldn't open unless you did it manually. Cecilia posts on her story about how she's living in a haunted house. I'd laugh, but honestly, it's just them getting a taste of what it's like to deal with chaos. But the real chaos started when Harrison missed a couple HOA payment dates. Because again, he never changed the login, and I stopped reminding him like I always used to. Suddenly he's got late fees, his trash cans get tagged, and then he gets a letter about his grass being out of compliance. I find out from my Uncle Harper, who calls me because apparently Harrison's been venting to anyone who will listen. Harper's like, can't you just help? I tell him, they made it pretty clear I'm not family, so maybe ask Harrison's real people. Meanwhile, my mom's bills are late because she never learned how to set up autopay, and she's locked out of her Apple account, so she can't even post her usual Facebook stuff about family. She shows up at my apartment and stands there pounding on my door. I don't answer. She calls me a coward through the door, then walks off and slams her car door so hard the car alarm goes off. I just sit there in my kitchen eating toast. The best part, though, was when Cecilia tried to mediate. She texts me this whole long thing about how the family is hurting and can't we just be adults. I text her back, ask if she remembers what my mom said at the housewarming. She never answers. Next thing I know, Harrison's blowing up my phone again. I finally pick up and he's just yelling, says he's losing his mind, nothing works, he's getting fined, mom's mad at him, he can't figure out any of it. He says, what do you want from me? I just say, you should have thought about that before you decided I wasn't family. He hangs up on me. Next day, Dad calls, hasn't spoken to me in weeks. Now suddenly he wants to talk like men. Says family is family, says I'm being childish. I say, nah, I just learned from the best. He gets mad, says I'm making things harder for everyone. I tell him, welcome to my world. So now they're really desperate. I get a group text, first time in forever they've included me, where my mom is basically begging. She types in all caps, says, please tell us how to fix this. We didn't mean it. We just want things back the way they were. Harrison adds, I'll pay you. Just come over. Cecilia says, let's meet for coffee. We can work something out. I just leave them on read. I don't feel bad. I really don't. I think about all the times I was the backup plan, the one who got blamed, the one who had to fix everything for free, and got told I was a burden for showing up. Now they get to live without me for a while. The only person who hasn't weighed in is Vanessa, probably because she's seen this all her life and knows I'm serious for once. Uncle Harper stopped texting after I told him he could come mow Harrison's lawn if he cared that much. As for me, nothing's really changed, except now I have peace. I go to work, I hang with my friends, I don't get random calls about why the printer isn't working or how to reset a router. My apartment's quiet, I went to the park last weekend and just sat on a bench. No drama, no group chat blowing up. So yeah, this is what happens when you make someone the family mistake and expect them to stick around forever. They still call sometimes, still try to guilt me, but I just mute the chat and let it ride. I'm not going back, not unless something actually changes. And even then, I'm not sure I care anymore. For everyone who said I was being harsh, maybe, but after all these years, someone had to show them what it feels like. That's it. Not some movie ending, not some huge confrontation. Just me finally done. If they want things fixed, they can figure it out on their own. I'm not their mistake anymore. Liked today's story? A super thanks helps me keep bringing you the best daily content. Your support means I can keep doing what I love. Thanks for being awesome.